Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Wednesday night. It is October 9th. It's a chilly, perfect fall evening here in Arlington, Massachusetts at Pierce Field. I'm Josh Katzman here with Tom Clordy, and we are here for the Winchester Arlington Battle Royale.
That's right. Last game, Winchester snuck away with a 2-0 victory. It was a tough game for Arlington, but it was on a very unlucky field for Arlington over in Winchester.
And Tom, it is an unlucky field in Winchester. However, good news for the Spy Ponders. They have been on a tear since that sort of heartbreaking 2-0 loss. They just clinched a playoff berth, guaranteed playoff berth, with a win over Watertown on Monday. Winchester sliding in the power rankings a little bit. Arlington ranked about 13 places ahead of them in the mid-20s. Winchester sort of deep in the 30s, playing for the automatic playoff berth by reaching 500. Arlington starting with the ball today. I think we're going to see, if I have to predict, Tom, I'm going to say a 3-1 victory for Arlington tonight.
We can hope.
We can hope. And right off the bat, Arlington sends it deep into the Winchester end. And it's picked up right there by Captain, I think, Johnny Pang.
That's right. Over to Quincy. It's Peter.
And right off the bat, just seconds into the game, high intensity. Quincy Carter bringing it down the line. Earns a deep Arlington throw. Seeing Nolan Koopman coming in. We were just talking to his father, John, who's on the camera for us. We were discussing Nolan's proclivity for a long-distance throw-in this year. And it does. Yeah, so Nolan's taking this. This is going to be the equivalent of a corner kick, a little further back, about 15 yards from the goal. But Arlington pushes 5 guys in towards the box. Koopman gets it in about to the mid and cleared off the head of a Winchester defender. And Keegan Maxwell, good moves, gets the cross. It's back post, and the Winchester keep picks it up. A dangerous play potentially building for Arlington. So well played by the Winchester keep.
Yeah, Arlington off to a good start here.
And Tom, one of the things that's exciting, we saw Clark Lee's father, Clark, and both of our sons used to play a little bit of soccer together in SFC. Clark now a freshman at Vanderbilt, and
that's right.
And has photo evidence of Vanderbilt's incredible win against Alabama this past weekend.
Yeah, maybe incriminating evidence, but evidence nonetheless.
Incredible nonetheless as well. So good to see the Lee family still involved in Winchester soccer.
Yeah, younger brothers on the field here. Don't know which number. Maybe number 8 right there.
Marvin Lee is number 8. Junior. Yep. Marvin Lee.
Looks like he's playing his brother's position, holding midfielder.
So Clark, if you're watching, you taught your brother well. And there's a clear up, and here we go. A little long ball. Shea comes out, picks it up, and directs the team. Says, "Hey, let's figure this out." Rolls it out. Aiden Connolly coming back after a broken foot, which he broke, I believe, Tom, against Winchester.
Yep. I don't think it was I think someone stamped on his foot. I think it was honest play. Unintentional accident. But great to see Aiden back in, and he just got his first touch on the ball. I actually had a chance to talk to him this weekend a little bit, and I know he was excited. Offsides from Winchester, but as they countered Arlington's quick start, so definitely Winchester trying to put the pressure back on. Very fast-paced game so far, Tom. Of all the games I've watched Arlington play this season, so far these first 3 minutes have been kind of some of the fastest in terms of speed of play that I've seen so far this season. Yeah. I know Arlington really wants this one because they felt like the other one got away from them.
It's one thing you can always be sure of is when Arlington and Winchester play each other, both teams are there's a little extra motivation in the touches and in the desire to come out on top.
Up a giveaway there.
Long ball in. Aiden Connolly using his speed. Shields, but good touch by the Winchester striker, and Shea picks it up off an attempted cross. So both goalies getting involved early. Nice to see for their sake, as this evening is going to get a little chillier. I was talking to the Winchester coach about that. Shea, superb punt.
Keegan fights for it. Sam Neal,
great ball into Keegan. Keegan with a touch. Brings it back down to the box, drops it off to Quincy. Quincy plays it back to Rohan. Rohan into the middle to Johnny Peng. Some pressure immediately on Peng. Brings it out wide. Looking, gets it off to Rohan on the side. Rohan pulls it back, plays it back to Nolan Koopman. Good reset by Arlington, looking for the opportunity, not rushing anything. And Aiden Connolly bringing it in. Looked long for Sam Neal, making the run. Broken up by the Winchester defender, number 3. We have number 3, Ronan O'Hara, a sophomore.
Ooh, nice steal there by
steal
Jacob
by Naylor.
Still with it.
Holding it, shielding. Pulls it in, still holding the ball, gets it back, and there's a deep throw. Won't be surprised if Koopman comes in for this.
Yeah, so you weren't there the other night, so...
was not there on Monday.
On Monday, so the way Arlington actually won was on a corner kick, unassisted by Jacob Naylor, into the top left corner.
Direct off the corner.
Dropped off the corner.
Unbelievable. Sam Neal with a strike, and that just sails a little bit wide.
Yeah, so you don't see that very often.
You don't. That is incredible. I wish I had made it to the game against Watertown for that. That is I think the only time I've ever heard of that in a high school Arlington high school game. And
one of the parents, what was funny is one of the parents was saying at the time one of the Arlington girls had the same thing happen and said maybe this would happen, and Miley Headland called it. It happened right a second after.
The Headlands have been around Arlington soccer for a long time.
Yeah, some sort of voodoo.
If they say something, if they make a prediction, it's you should heed Peter and Miley's predictions. And right here, quick throw in by Ronan up to Quincy. And good ball off, and Sam Neal making the run. He's beaten the sophomore defender. Colt pulls it back in, takes a shot, and it's in the near post underneath the goalie. 1-0 Arlington, 6 minutes into this game. Great offensive play by Arlington.
Goalie almost had it, just threaded the needle right there.
Threading the needle. Great solid play, though. The quick throw in by Rohan up to Quincy, who dished it off to Sam Neal, making the run down the line. Nice overlap. Classic. Paige Fosta would be proud of that play from these boys.
Yeah, great start to the game.
And she would probably call them lads as well. Paige, we were lucky enough to have Paige up in the booth with us against for the boys' game against BC High this weekend. So, Paige, they must have listened to your commentary, and they took some clues and cues from what you said.
What was her big takeaway?
Her big takeaway was about making runs like that and trying to spread the ball out and trying to basically exactly like the goal was just scored.
Yeah, I've noticed Sam Neal has moved from the beginning of the season. He was playing in the center. He's moved out wide.
Great play here by by Keegan Maxwell. He's taking on 3 guys, looking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Good touch by Rohan into the middle to Quincy. Quincy off to Sam Neal, trying to get around his sophomore defender again. Little shove in the back. No call by the ref. Sam's got 2 defenders. Dishes off to Quincy, who gets it back to Rohan. Rohan looking for options. Plays it back to Nolan Koopman. Koopman back up to the middle to Johnny Peng. Johnny bringing it across the middle off to Aiden Connolly. Looking for options, back to Peng. Good control from the boys right here. No one rushing it. Alex Burke plays it back to Shea for a little reset.
Another thing to watch for Winchester is the way they won the last game is Arlington had most of the ball, but they have a few very fast strikers that did balls over the top, and they beat them. So right. I think that's their game plan here. I can't remember who scored, but it might have been number 13 out there.
And if so, sounds like following that game, coach made a few adjustments, including putting the junior Rohan McAuliffe in the back line. Rohan known for some exceptional speed, so perhaps that's one of the strategies that the team will have this game. Quick throw by Rohan, who is on number 13 there. Sort of the ball popped over Rohan.
He's listening to us.
He is. We have sophisticated technology to live feed into all the players' ears, because our commentary is superb and technically savvy. Johnny Peng in the middle. Had a running Rohan, but gets Sam Neill. And Rohan with the overlap. Can Sam Neill find him? Crosses the field instead. Gets it over to Quincy.
That's Jacob there?
That's Jacob. Yep. Oh.
Similar haircuts.
Similar haircuts.
To Peter on the edge.
That must make you proud to see Peter fighting in there. Proud or nervous? Which do you think is or what emotion as a parent of a player on the field? I often had many emotions during the game.
Well, your son played defense. Defense is a nervous position for both players and parents. Probably more for parents. There's more glory and less risk up top.
Jacob looking for that big left foot. Little heavy. Gets it, passes it beyond Sam Neill. So Winchester throwing, trying to set something out. Arlington, after a good counter from Winchester after the initial surge by Arlington, Winchester kind of is having to deal with a big surge from Arlington here. And obviously the goal. 10 minutes down.
Winchester on the counter here.
And again, you can see that speed on display. There's a shove in the back. Looks like Peter just drew a foul right there. Or Peter earned a foul. So Winchester about 35 yards out from the goal. Lining up. They have nearly everybody up. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 Winchester players at the top of the box or very near it, including some of their defenders. So Winchester going all in on this. Tries to get it over, and Johnny Pang able to clear the ball. This ball's still in, though, and here one of the center back makes a big run. And there's the turn. Good play by Connolly to get it out, but put back in by Winchester. That's going to sail just wide. So Arlington throw deep in the end. Rohan gets it, puts it into Koopman. Koopman turns, sends that ball up, but broken up by Winchester. Johnny Pang battling with number 8. I believe that's our friend Marvin Lee.
It's a good name.
Johnny the Flash Pang taking on Marvin Lee. Marvin Lee, that is a good name. Yeah. Winchester putting something together, but good tackle by Rohan there. Just played solid, played the ball. Oh, Quincy almost had streaking Sam Neill down the near touch. Ball played back to Winchester, number 5, senior Ethan Areco.
Oh, here we go.
And Areco manages to battle Naylor and keep Naylor from getting a breakaway right there. Alex Burke on the sideline sends it up, keeps it in. Well done by Burke. And Peter had a defender coming back on him. Number 4 from Winchester also looks quite speedy. That is the sophomore Cole Queenan. Koopman looking for options. Good control, good patience. Naylor gets it. Plays it back to Burke. Burke cuts in. Good patience from Arlington. Seeing him play the ball back, set it up, not rushing. Shea gets that ball back up, but cleared back in by Winchester. Going to be a foul right there. Pang knew it immediately. Accidental, not intentional. So number 12 for Winchester going to be taking this. Number 12 is senior Thomas Barlows. I wonder if he goes by Tommy or Tom. What were you ever Tommy?
I was a Tommy for a long time.
You were a Tommy.
Yeah, I was a Tommy. I was never Thomas.
Good ball. Little heavy by Neal. Heads to the Winchester keeper, but he saw Peter Clorty rushing down the far line. Here's Ronan. Plays it back to Ethan Areco. And there's it's into the middle to Naylor, off his head to Keegan. Oh, Keegan. Oh, it would have been nice little header down the middle. And I think one of the takeaways that Coach Page was talking about was the in the middle third. Like keeping control in the middle third and trying to set things up from the middle third. Mm-hmm. The boys against BC High seemed like they were kind of getting stuck in that middle third, and just plays like this, right, where Rohan coming up the line and then almost got Sam Neal. But that's exactly the kind of play that Coach Page was talking about, where they weren't setting those kind of plays up, where no one was coming in for support against BC High, so they weren't getting as many offensive opportunities. But right there, well done by Rohan, and he gets back to cover and clears it wide, give the team a little breathing room. He had number 26 breathing down his neck there, junior Ryan Ellington Heisler.
That's out. Yeah, there's a lot of, if you watch that film, there's a lot of off-the-ball play in that BC High game, if you didn't know, if you watched it.
I have not gone back and watched it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
And there's Keegan. Can he keep it in? This is a battle right here. Look at this. Brings it deep. Heavy touch, and trying to get the corner for Arlington. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get his foot on it to deflect off the Winchester defender. Good hustle from number 5. That is Ethan Erico. Sorry, Ethan, for mispronouncing your last name. And there seems like that's kind of the heavy touch by Koopman. Could be dangerous, but Shea handles it. Seems like that's the kind of play that you were saying got Winchester their exactly. 2 goals.
Yep. Because they have some speed up top.
The run and gun plague. The run and gun does well if you've got some speed up top. Nice control right here. Peter bringing it down the wing, back into the middle, but broken up by the Winchester defenders. There's Ethan, and there's Sam Neal getting back on D. Quincy calling for it. Sam's got some options. He's got 3 guys up ahead. Takes a long drive that sails to the left of the goal. But good to see the numbers for Arlington up there. Again, that the last game that I saw, the BC High game, one of the things Coach Page did notice was, sometimes like Sam might be moving up or somebody would be making a run, and there wasn't quite as much support. But right there, had 3-4 guys up there with him. And there's a throw-in from sophomore defender Ronan, and it's coming back Winchester's way. Winchester marching up the field. Number 6 for Winchester, that is Jonah Siegel.
And we're on the counter here. Sam Neal.
Ooh, trying to thread the needle for Keegan. Would have been. He saw it. Like to see that. Like to see the boys thinking of those plays right there. One of those or a couple of those are going to get through tonight. Winchester resetting. And there's the long ball. Step by Rohan. Winchester setting up, but there's Naylor. Gets it deep. Oh, good stretch. Got just barely able to get his foot on was Ethan to break up that long ball from Naylor. Naylor, after his successful corner, was trying to look like he thought one of his teammates was going to be making a different run.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe he thought, hey, I got a corner kick direct on goal. Maybe I'm going to go for a throw-in now direct on goal. Although I did learn Saturday also that would not be allowed unless it was touched. Oh. And look at this. Here comes some speed for Arlington on the far side. That's Peter Clorty. That's your son. Drops it off to Keegan, who
hits it just outside. Just outside. Well done by Peter to get that shot for Keegan. And it gets stuck in the top triangle there. Beautiful play by Arlington. Yeah, Arlington asking questions.
And right here, Arlington, just keeping the pressure on, which is good to see. Because again, this is always a special game for these guys, and especially after a 2-0 loss in the first game, the lads are excited to come back and try to get the W from this. Good patient play.
Yeah, some of that is a lot of these kids have played on club teams together. They played against each other for years in youth teams, so they know each other.
So these are mostly guys who have been playing against each other since travel teams started in 3rd grade, largely. So it's for the seniors, this is going to be it, right? This will be the culmination of their battles against each other. It was, I will say, as a father of a recent grad of Arlington soccer, when I went to talk to the coach and get their lineup today, I was looking for all the guys who I knew from the years of soccer, and they weren't there anymore because they are off at places like Vanderbilt tearing down football goals.
Yeah, I heard a couple of them are at Providence College, Ronan, and who is our old goalie? Colin, yep, Providence College.
Good cover there by Connolly, getting back to give some support to Rohan. I think, as you were saying, that battle right there, number 13 for Winchester and Rohan, that's going to be a key battle all night tonight. So number 13 on Winchester is Tom Duvall, junior Tom Duvall. So
they'll battle again next year.
So looks like a goal kick. Winchester arguing for the corner, but ref says no. That's going Arlington's way. Shea taking his time, looking for options. Interesting to note, Arlington, every single goal kick on Saturday, I don't know if they did this on Monday, was a short goal kick.
Yeah, I think that's the philosophy, kind of.
And Quincy beating his defender, beating Tom Duvall there. The wing who's battling with Rohan. Quincy got by him, and he gets the Arlington throw. Drops it into Rohan. Rohan into Keegan. Back to Rohan. Nice little play by Rohan there. And unfortunately, I think...
Keegan makes it.
And looks like it's going to be a goal kick. I think, not sure, but I think some of the Arlington players, I think Fernando Barrientos may be sick and out. So I know there's, and he's sitting there with his dad. I always like to mention the purveyors of La Victoria on Medford Street in Arlington.
And the one-armed man has entered the game, Mr. Gideon Lawrence, with a broken hand here.
Gideon has a lot, and Jacob Naylor taking a long ball. We know he can score from there. So what happened to Gideon, Tom? Sounds like you might know.
He broke his hand in the BC High game. I'm not exactly sure how.
Oh my goodness!
But he's still able to play. He's had a bunch of injuries this season, but I've known Gideon since third grade, and always a dangerous, creative player. If you can see him get the ball to his feet, he's going to do something with it.
He came in and made a difference for, I believe, the tying goal.
And we also got Dennis
Keneally came in again. Some speed on the opposite side on the far touch.
These are ex-Madness players from the back in the day.
Ooh, going deep into the file. Good ball right here. It's a foot race. Rohan getting some separation and clears it, buys some time for Arlington. Rohan right there getting some separation from number 9, Casey Trumbauer. That was pretty cool to see him just put a few yards between him and the Winchester attacker. Battling here. Good, solid battle. Turn. Looks like maybe a little too much contact from the Winchester player, so we got a foul. Have some young ball kids on the side, Tom.
Yep.
You've helped out with the in that position this year.
Yeah, these guys are doing great, much better than I do. They look like they're in a little bit better shape, I'd have to say, a little more ready for the game.
It's good to see the kids getting involved, and
I think this is the 5th grade team, the Eagles.
Ooh, not the Madness.
Not the Madness.
The Madness they're no more.
The Madness are no more.
The Madness is gone.
But it's a good name. So anyone wants to take it over, they can be Madness too.
Oh, better than Eagles?
It's
Sam Neal. Great ball by Johnny Peng. Sam Neal keeps it in, coming down the line. This could be a good, dangerous play for Arlington, but good, solid, patient defense by Winchester. Now they're on the counter. Rohan steps. Great, solid tackle by Rohan. Turns. Good turn by Rohan. Ball trickles out, though. Excellent little back and forth right there. Solid defense from both teams on that play, on that possession. Quincy gets it off his head to Johnny Pang. Cleared, and here we go. Into the middle. And number 10 off to Ronan, the defender, the Winchester defender. There's Marvin Lee in the middle. Good touch, but 2 Arlington defenders take that away. Cleared by Koopman.
Gideon looking to
and
challenge.
Gideon with some great pressure, keeping it on the goalie, trying to force the turnover. Another solid tackle by Rohan, who gets bumped in the back.
A little off the ball play there by number 10.
Gideon sets it back up to Rohan, looking for his options, gets it all the way across to Keneally. Keneally back to Alex Burke. Alex Burke, nice ball into Naylor, who with a nice touch pass to Keneally. He gets that cross off to Naylor's foot, and it trickles just wide. Beautiful, beautiful series by the Spy Pandas.
Yeah, just wishing someone had Sam saw that coming, maybe a run to the back post, but a little too late.
Surprised Gideon was not flying Superman style to get his head on that as it trickled by the far post. And a short goal kick by Winchester too. Yeah, that seems to be a re-emerging technique or strategy.
Well, I think now that we have, even at the high school level, goalies that can really handle the ball, because you can always pass back to them. Back in the old days, that was not the case.
I was a goalie through 9th grade.
And would we ever pass the ball back to you, Josh?
I am a terrible soccer player because I was in goal because of my height. Yep. That was the only attribute I brought to the game of soccer. And for a while, I enjoyed being keeper. But here's Rohan.
Arlington with some good possession here.
Johnny Pang sees Gideon and tried to get it to him, but broken up by number 20.
And watch 13 here. That's the player I think they're aiming for.
And it looks like Rohan knows his task this evening is to stay on number 13, very close, not let him get those breakaways. Tom Duvall. And Tom Duvall subbed out. Coming in is number 7 for Winchester. That is Sean Kinyanju, a junior.
Okay.
Dennis Keneally goes up against three white shirts there. Looks like Andres came in for Keegan Maxwell up top as well. I don't know if that's
yeah, well, it looks like Gideon is back out. So, oh no, Gideon's moved out wide.
There.
Gideon moved out wide, yep.
Johnny Pang gets it wide to Sam Neal, gets a good first touch, cuts back to the middle, trying to get Keneally on the far touch. Keneally comes back to scoop it up, plays it back to Nate Dobro, who's also in the game now. Plays it back to Alex Burke, back to Dobro. Dobro takes his time. He's got space. Looking to get into the middle. Gets it off Andres' back. And here's Johnny Pang scooping it up in the middle. Can hear the boys calling drop, drop, drop. Johnny Pang keeps possession. Turns. Gets around his defender and has some space. He's making his run. Gets it off to Andres. Andres at the top of the box right here to Gideon. Gideon takes a strike. Bounces off the Winchester defender. And we got a deep Arlington throw. Here's Koopman coming in. This is going to be a semi-corner kick-esque. No, it's a quick play into Dobro. Dobro tries to play it into the middle, and Andres putting the pressure on. I guess that ball might have scooted across, so we have a Winchester goal kick. And looks like a Peter Clordy coming in for Sam Neal. As a left winger.
Oh, it looks like so Gideon has dropped back to more of the number 10 position here.
I got to study up on the numbers of the positions. Should probably know those.
Ooh, dangerous.
Great pressure from Andres. Winchester manages to clear, but not under a little bit of duress. And Connolly keeps it though. Little push and great solid tackle by the Winchester line.
Yep.
And
good idea to clear that.
Alex Burke clears it, slows the play down a little bit. Winchester has 8 guys up near or in the Arlington box.
Dangerous play here.
Shea gets a leg on that. Great save by Shea. And here's Andres. Doesn't get to that ball. There's another entry pass from the Winchester. Great ups by Gideon. Winchester showing some signs, but see if Rohan can lead a counter right here. Good control possession, gets it up to Andres. Andres a little heavy for Peter. Manages to scoot it back to the Winchester keeper, but great
Definitely
series.
The best chance of the night for Winchester.
Absolutely. Shea on top of his game, stuck his foot out, sort of fell off to his left, got his foot out, and there's that long ball right here. Alex Burke kept the pressure on. Alex Burke looks like he might have been beaten by a step, but managed to sort of get a little motion, something to distract the player.
That's the play to look out for against Winchester. That's how they scored both their goals last game.
So Cole Queenan had sort of snuck behind the Arlington line off a long ball, and looks like the added pressure from Burke as he was coming down forced him to kick that ball off the side of his foot, sent it well over the net. But again, Winchester showing signs of life with 11 minutes to go in the half. Good step by Koopman. And right here, Koopman gets it up to Gideon. Gideon gets it across to Dennis Keneally, but good step by the Winchester defender, but Nate Dobro picks it up, has a little bit of space, gets it across to Johnny Pang. Johnny Pang sees Dennis Keneally wide, and Winchester defender gets it off his head.
There's Toadie's got it.
Dennis Keneally, couple of dribbles off his head. There's going to be a foul right there on Gideon. Gideon saying sorry about that. At least I'm gonna assume that's what they're saying to each other.
That looked friendly.
Gideon, I also have known Gideon for quite some time. Had the opportunity to coach him a little bit. I think with you actually.
On our abbreviated COVID season.
Abbreviated 7th, 8th grade COVID season, and Gideon is a gentleman, if nothing else, on the field. I don't think Gideon has much malice in him. Intense, competitive player, but no malice. And here's Alex Burke right here again. Good setup by Winchester. That ball might go a little deep, but good cross. And looks like we got a goal kick.
Yep.
Fortunate for Arlington. 9.5 to play in the first. Shea slowing things down a little.
And we got Jacob coming back in for Gideon. Gideon got a nice stint there.
Ball's in to Koopman. Again, the short. Plays it over to Johnny Pang. Johnny Pang out wide to Burke.
Winchester's pressing high here.
And Winchester looks like they're keeping 3 defenders back, and sometimes looks like on number 3. And here we go. Dennis Keneally with off to the races. Slide. The Winchester defender goes down to the ground to get that ball out. So if I'm analyzing the positioning of Winchester, it looks like they're keeping 2 guys back and letting their wing backs kind of come up.
Dangerous
move
ball.
In. And Winchester on the counter. Great hustle by Rohan to put some pressure on. Forces that ball wide. Gets the turnover. And gets the ball back in quickly. And Winchester back on the attack. And there it is. Just over the foot of Connolly. Alex Burke. Solid D. No call by the ref. I think
that's the play we need to pay attention to.
Gets it's a corner kick for Winchester, but solid play by Burke to not draw the penalty there. Dangerous, and as the parent of a former defender, those are the ones where, as a parent, you don't feel great. And actually, my son last year drew
Peter heads it back out.
Drew a penalty late in the game, I believe, against Winchester, which allowed Winchester to win at Winchester 2-1 against Arlington in what was the most controversial game of the season. Another corner for Winchester, goes far post, and it sails by everybody. Andres scoops it up, control, gets around, sort of pulled back, no call by the ref, looks like maybe advantage. Dennis Keneally, 4 Winchester players on him. Dennis Keneally just trying to speed his way through.
Okay, Arlington needs to get more possession here now.
Winchester calling for the long ball there from their striker, from their wing. Good patience by Connolly. Jacob Naylor, solid defense there. Here's Tody. Johnny Peng fighting for it. And, oh, it's a 50-50 that just does not go Peng's way. But he's right on his man again. And Dennis Keneally pushes him out wide. But good job by Winchester, make a run. So it looks like what Winchester's got going is a lot of sort of individual effort that they're trying to look for those crosses. Jacob Naylor sends it wide to Andres. Andres gets around, fakes the shot.
So we need some support up here, Arlington.
And this is what Coach Page was talking about, right? Andres has two guys right here. Draws the foul just outside the box. Might be a strategic move to sort of focus on defense, but you would like to see a little bit of added pressure. So here's Naylor off his left foot. This is a prime spot for Naylor. He goes far post, and it might have skimmed off the crossbar.
Yep, skimmed a little off the crossbar.
Skimmed a little bit off the crossbar. Naylor feeling it after that corner kick. I hope, is there video evidence of this?
I believe there is, but I haven't checked it yet. So.
I might have to go back and find that because, sorry, Jacob, if it's not on video anymore, it didn't happen. It did not happen. So I hope for Jacob's sake that we have videography evidence of his incredible corner.
Naylor with the ball here. Back to...
And always tough from our vantage point to see that far touch.
Looks like the ball may be out of bounds there.
Either out of bounds or it looks like maybe a free kick for Winchester. So ref calls a free kick for Winchester right around half. Goes up deep, right at the top of the box. Koopman settles off his chest, clears it up high. Rohan with some ups. Winchester throw about 40 yards out. Number 12 for Winchester. Looks like he's lining up for a big throw. That's going to sail out. Koopman probably shields. No, kicks it back over his head.
Avoid the corner there. Ooh.
Offside. Offsides, I believe not a foul.
Looks like offside, but hard to tell.
Arlington smartly sort of slows it down. Koopman allows the team press up a little bit. Got 4 minutes in the first half. Little push from the back. Arlington free kick from midfield. All right. So Alex Burke taking this one. Got lots of options. Has 5 guys who are sort of pressing a little bit. Plays it wide to Connolly, who gets it back to Burke. Burke sends it over to Keneally's direction, but picked up by Winchester and out by Connolly. Look at that on the far side too. Again, you think that's the Eagles on the far side there?
I think it's the Eagles, yep.
Stellar team effort by the Eagles on the sidelines to keep this game flowing smoothly. That's the key for any solid ball boy or person. Just solid, dangerous play. Peter picks it up, clears it out. Arlington on their heels a little bit the end of this first half.
Yep. Winchester came alive at the end here.
Looks like not sure what this call was.
I think it was another foul.
Another foul or possibly a handball. And it's going Winchester's way, which I would thought if there was anything, I would have thought that was going to go Winchester's way. So about 45 yards out and 2.5 minutes to play. Ref pushing them back about 50 yards out.
Most likely heading on goal for this one. They had a lot of runners here.
They have almost everybody up. They got 8 guys in the box.
It's like Dennis disrupts it.
And that's going to be a Winchester throw deep in the end.
And go short.
Short. And I think, yeah, the ref, I'm glad the ref called that. That was a very much not a legit throw. Yep.
That's getting back to madness days, yeah.
That is a solid call by the ref. I know if I'm a Winchester parent or fan, I'm not going to like that call, but it was absolutely the right call. And Sam Neal, nice little touch off to Naylor, wide little shoulder. Naylor being ping-ponged between two Winchester players. Looks like the second hit he just took might have kept him on his feet.
Okay, we got 2 minutes left.
We actually have about a minute and 20 seconds left, Tom. I am on the spot with my stopwatch. This is not my first game this year, and the first game I absolutely forgot to set my timer when the clock stops at 2 minutes. No more. None of those rookie mistakes. Great strike by Sam Neal. Deflects, takes a funny bounce, and not a clean save by the Winchester keep, but manages to keep it. And here we go, about 1 minute to go. 1 minute. See if either team can make something happen here. Dangerous for Winchester, sending the overlap. And
it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Arlington spared a little bit. Had a late timeout in the first half against PC High, I remember.
Yep.
Coach Yazio using those 24 years of experience. And here we go. Naylor off to the races. Fighting, and that's going Winchester's way. About 14, 15 seconds left. See if how much the refs let him play off this. And that's going to be up. This should just about do it, but it's up to the ref's discretion. That should be going Arlington's way. And ref called it. I think.
Yep, he called it. That's all.
He called it. So there we go. First half, 8 minutes away from second half. Tom, what are your takeaways on the first half battle, Winchester, Arlington?
First half was all Arlington. Winchester came alive at the end there.
Winchester, I could not agree more. So it'll be interesting to see how Arlington responds. See if they can get another quick goal in the second half. See if they can build on this lead and sort of change the momentum, which I definitely agree with you was going Winchester's way. Good to see them taking a note from Coach Page's playbook. Good to see earlier in the half Arlington getting some support up the field, and in the second half of the first half, it looks like they were falling back. They weren't given as many supporting players up in the box as they had before.
Yeah, it looked like Winchester might have switched from 4 in the back to 3 in the back for the second part of that. And that might have sparked them. Sparked them
a little bit for sure. And joining us now up in the booth, Tom, a standout, an Arlington boys varsity soccer alum, Omkar Adia, general standout Arlington athletics. Omkar's joining us. He's watching the game, scouting the team.
Yeah, we're hoping he takes over for a certain announcer for the second half. All right.
Gets the head nod.
Yeah, all right. I'll be signing out. Thanks, everyone. Sorry, I hope I didn't embarrass my family. Thank you.
Tom, thank you very much. And Omkar, we are on air, live. Welcome back to the booth, Omkar.
How's it going, everybody?
It is going. What are your takeaways from the first half?
You know, I thought we were playing well. I only got here around maybe 20 minutes late, so I wasn't able to see the goal.
Oh, it was a nice goal.
Was it? I heard it was Sam Neal.
Sam Neal.
Yeah. How was it? Was it like far out? It was like 20?
No, it was a solid sort of play. Sort of Rohan passed it up to Quincy, I believe, and then Quincy sort of threaded the pass down the line to Sam, who cut in, and then near post kind of snuck it under the goalie.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like he's always done. Anyway, I was surprised and happy to see Andresen. He's been playing well.
Playing aggressive. He brings a definite physical presence to the game as well. And Omkar, just for the people who stick around and actually watch during half, you got some big plans coming up. What's coming up for you in the next week or so?
I do. So I'm going away for 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks, hopefully less.
Hopefully less.
Yeah, in the wild.
In the wild, gonna be going from the border of Canada back to Massachusetts on the Long Trail.
Yes, sir.
So have you ever done anything like this before?
Slightly. Not as solo and not as extreme as this, but
not as extreme. Have you been checking the weather?
Nope.
We're just
gonna send it and see how it goes.
I like it. Still gonna send it. Just send it. That's kind of the way to go.
Exactly. Come prepared.
You prepared. There's a great quote. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a great adventure for you, Omkar.
Yes, sir.
And how's everything else? So how many of these games have you been able to see this year? And what have you seen trending for the team who just clinched their playoff berth on Monday evening with a win against Watertown?
I mean, I've been to maybe 80% of the games so far this season, and they've just continued to get better and better, and it's amazing to see.
All right. I called a 3-1 Arlington win before the game started. What are your thoughts? You have the advantage of having the first half having been played. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? Predictions on who might be the standout for Arlington in this second half? And we do also, I think, I don't know if you were here for Shea's save.
I did see that.
That was a clutch
nice
save, getting his left foot out and keeping that ball out of the back of the net.
So, as far as standouts go, I'm hoping Gideon comes out here and gives us a goal. I know it's his first, maybe second full game back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
So,
a little giddy up from Gideon.
Exactly. And maybe even Andres getting a goal here. So
I think I would enjoy seing Andres getting a goal as well.
See those two, maybe the 3-1 prediction will come true.
There we go. And then, it could be a 3-0. I'd take a 3-0. I could change my prediction to a 3-0.
I would be happy with that.
Absolutely.
Speaking of comebacks, Aiden Connolly, comeback, first game.
First game, had a chance to.
Foot.
I've heard that you may have also be working on your chef skills as well. I hear you might be cooking it up a little bit for some of these guys.
I mean, it's just a little team bonding. Get some steaks on the grill. Get some lamb on the grill. Having a good time.
So as a chef, Omkar, what are your top things? What is the signature dish of Omkar Adia?
Right now as a student, you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of money, so it's always got to be pasta. Something quick, something light. But
have you ever made your own pasta?
I have, but only once. And it did not turn out well.
It's I got to tell you, I think it seems like an intimidating task, but I think you can making your own pasta steps up your game.
Yeah, I might have to
it is. I will say, it is really tough to beat like a 50-cent box of pasta or $1 box of pasta from Market Basket.
So easy. It's just like 10 minutes and you're just like, it's heaven, dude.
There it is. What kind of stuff you like putting on your pasta?
So, caramelized onions and cream sauce.
I respect.
Trust me.
Respect.
With maybe a little bit of mushrooms in there too. It does go hard. So
for the team dinners then that you guys will often have for these teams, is it kind of, are you getting caramelized onions, or is it like pizza and other stuff? Do people step up for them, or is it all about just quantity and efficiency?
So far, the one we've had is we just had a grill going. We got like maybe $70 worth of meat, just as much bulk as we could get, and just slapped it on, got some potatoes going, made burgers, made like lamb chops and stuff.
Lamb chops, that's pretty sophisticated. That speaks to a high level of culinary sophistication from the Spy Ponders.
Exactly. Eat good, feel good, play good.
Right there it is, fuel. So typically, I know last year the what was it? It was the not noon, but it was the Mio. The
Mio.
Mio was big last year. Is there anything like any sort of Mio-esque pre-gaming that the team's using this year, you think?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're continuing that Mio tradition.
The Mio.
I mean, it is nasty, but For some people, it does the job.
Does the job.
I will say that.
Any flavor in particular that you think is a little superior than others?
I mean, personally, I never liked it, but I'm going to have to give it to that strawberry lemonade flavor. You can never go wrong with
strawberry lemonade. And we got about 10 seconds left before this half. Omkar, also appreciate you wearing the CU Scope Buffs hat.
Of course.
Always good to represent. Always good to see that. Exciting. I'm going to get to head out there in a couple of weeks and see Boulder again in the fall.
Nice.
So excited for that.
You got a good bit of hiking while you're up there, too?
After my Achilles surgery, I might be able to actually hike a little bit.
There we go.
I'm feeling pretty good about that. We'll see.
It's always a good sign.
And as someone with a extreme phobia of venomous snakes, all the rattlesnakes around there, it's going to be hopefully too cold for them. So I'm going to feel a little better about being out on the trails.
Absolutely. That'll be a great time.
So here we go. Winchester should, I believe, have the ball to start this second half. Teams are huddling up, and we are going to be 40 minutes away from seeing if Arlington can go 9-2-2 on the season and further their efforts to get a home playoff berth after clinching the playoff berth on Monday with the 1-0 win against Watertown.
A home game would be great here for the playoffs.
Home game would be fantastic.
Be electric.
All right, Winchester obviously going to come out firing. And I was telling Tom earlier, this was the first 3-4 minutes, probably some of the fastest-paced action I'd seen all season on Pierce Field.
I'll bet. These games always get intense.
And the second half absolutely going to be even a little extra charge as Winchester trying to battle back from 1-0. And here they go. They play it back to the mid. And immediate pressure from Keegan. Look at that.
Look at those two up top.
Sam Neal and
Dynamic
Keegan
duo.
putting that pressure. Even last year as sophomores, they were connecting for some offense for you guys.
I think combined like 4 or 5 goals between them.
And then they were the leading scorers on the team until you stepped in.
I mean, I can't have sophomores leading the team in goals now.
Well done. I mean, respect for that. You know, didn't want him to get too cocky, I suppose.
Exactly.
Rohan having a good, solid game in the back.
Rohan's been playing really well.
We'll see this. Rohan against number 13, Tom Duvall. That seems like it's going to be a key. It's been a key matchup in the first half. Looks like Winchester might have switched Duvall over to the middle of the field instead of matched up against Rohan. Oh, and little pull of a shirt right there. It wasn't called. Koopman, great touch, turning around Tom Duvall. And should be an Arlington throw.
It's great physicality by Nolan.
He's been a solid presence in the middle this whole season.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Neal battling. So Winchester starting this second half really, really fired up, it looks like. Rohan trying to save the corner, manages to not do it. So Winchester calling for the ball. Ball kids on the far sideline. Winchester delayed.
Do they not have a ball over there?
They don't have a ball over there.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks like the ball. The ball kid unfortunately hits the backdrop or the screen. Gets in. Look at that hustle from that little guy.
He's doing the best he can. You can't blame him.
He's doing a great job. That kid's going to be on this field one day.
Exactly. Get him a raise.
Good cross. Good entry off the head. And Johnny Payne gets it out wide. And there's a deep throw for Winchester. So it looks like, not sure if those are Winchester or Arlington guys walking around the track. Fans. Winchester here's looking for the throw.
Are we going to see a long throw here?
I think that's the plan, and looks pretty long. Gets it in.
How about
Rohan clear. Koopman steps up, breaks it up, and Sam Neal with a missed kick. But
goes out for a goal kick.
Goal kick. Sam Neal pleading the case to the ref. Solid game so far from the referees. Mm-hmm. They've made some good calls.
Yeah, these guys are always solid when we had them.
Nothing too controversial yet.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yet, that's it. Aiden Connolly gets his touch of the second half. Clears it up, and here we go. Arlington building a little bit of momentum. First time Arlington sort of after the initial minutes.
Still haven't been in their attacking third yet, though.
Arlington looking to build. Good patience. Koopman bringing it out wide. Gets it wide to Rohan, who sends it up. Cleared by the Winchester defense. So Winchester with 4 back, but sending their outside backs up the field a fair amount this evening. And here's a good entry. And offsides. Ooh.
It's a close
Winchester fans aren't going to like that one.
No, they aren't.
That is number 4, Cole Queenan, who a sophomore who's been making those plays. He's the guy they're looking for. I guess in the away game, Winchester got their 2 goals kind of on the run and gun type plays because they've got a lot of speed up top. And Shea sends that up.
Difference here though is in that first game we had 3 back. Now we have a 4 back, so there's a little more stability.
That's true. Johnny Peng breaks that up, gets it to Keegan off a nice little touch. Keegan out wide. And just little miscommunication. Look at that. David right here. David on the sideline gets that in. He's been helping out for years. Smart play by
Alex.
By Burke to get that ball. Looks like it's a corner for Winchester. So Winchester, first 5 minutes of the second half, definitely pressing. Can only imagine what. That ball just settles, cleared by. We're going to get a foul right there. Over the top.
We taking it quickly here?
Aiden Connolly, captain, saying, slow it down, guys, slow it down. Patience. Alex Burke sends it across the field, looking for Neal. But Ronan, the sophomore defender for Winchester, broke that up. So here we go. Arlington with some numbers up top here. But that's going to sail. It's going to be a...
Is that a corner kick?
Corner?
Is that a corner?
That's a great question.
I believe it is.
Throw-in.
Oh.
A throw-in for Nolan Koopman.
I will take that.
And this is the equivalent of a corner. It's literally basically from the corner position. This is essentially an equivalent of a corner. Great throw-in right here off the Winchester defender. Almost. Quincy almost gets that. Johnny Peng, top of the box, gets it out wide to Naylor. Sophomore Quincy Cotter fighting for it. Captain Aiden Connolly gets that back in to Nolan Koopman. Over to Peng, switches fields. Peng says, Burke, you take it. Burke, good ball into Keegan Maxwell. Great play. Great touch by Keegan, fighting for it. 2 Winchester defenders, and he gets an Arlington corner. First of the game for Arlington. Jacob Naylor.
Is it really?
First of the game for Arlington, and it's coming off of Naylor's left foot. I guess the difference in the game against Watertown. Did you hear about this one?
He scored an Olympico.
He scored off the corner right here. So you think Jacob is thinking
lightning strike twice?
You think he's going for it again?
I mean, I wouldn't see why not.
It looks like he's going deep. He's going far. Top of the box. That one. That would have been something. That would have been something.
That would have been. Is Nolan on the throw-in here?
So Nolan playing up a little bit, mostly because of the opportunities from the throw-ins. And Sam Neal taking it. Thought he was going to take a volley right there. Looked like he was. Gets a second touch. A little deflection. Tricky ball. Winchester goalie scoops it up as Keegan was putting some pressure on. Plays it short. What's your take, Omkar? Lots of goal kicks from many teams this year. Short goal kicks. What's your take on this?
I mean, if you're playing striker, it's always a pain because you just got to keep running and pressing those guys.
And here's Arlington with a press of their own, kind of countering. They got 5 guys deep and Johnny Peng trailing. 6 guys on the attack.
For a shot here.
Sam taking some space, sends it across to Alex Burke. Good run by Burke up the side.
Can we get a back post from quick?
Sends it deep.
Ooh, not a bad ball.
Honestly. Peter, he saw Peter and nearly had it. Good hustle back by Naylor. puts the pressure on, slows the counter from Winchester down. Good step by Connolly, breaks up that entry. Johnny Pang plays it back out wide to Rohan. Rohan sends it deep. And Keegan, it's a race. Oof. And dangerous play, but that was a deflection.
That was close.
Unintentional, the ref is saying. Close play right there. Winchester scooped that up. Potentially could have been a...
There's a ball in here.
Oh, ooh, good turn by the Winchester attack right there. Rohan coming in.
Tackle from Rohan.
So interesting turn of events off the unintentional kickback to the Winchester keep, who makes a diving save. Winchester with a great opportunity of their own, broken up by Rohan there. Fantastic to see. Rohan definitely making an argument for man of the match for himself. Looks like he might have come up with some turf burn as well.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And right there's another short goal kick. And Winchester picks it up, drops it off.
Ooh, shot here? Nah.
Looks like that. Oh, dangerous, and Koopman breaks that up. Good step by Koopman to break up a dangerous series by Winchester. Put in a lot of pressure after a couple of, a little bit more pressure from Arlington. Winchester responding well here. 15 minutes down in the second. Little flick pass. Our Winchester fans like that. Koopman plays it off to Rohan. Rohan clears it up. So Winchester, nice.
Once
Another
again,
step by Rohan.
This dude's all over the place.
So Winchester looks like they're keeping three guys back solid, but again, kind of moving their wings, their wing backs.
Oof.
And that is okay. Is a foul. Quincy drew the foul at about mid. Plays it short to Johnny Pang. Johnny using his speed.
Just couldn't quite find Peter there.
Alex Burke, little. I thought we were going to go for 3 headers in a row. And you can see the Winchester's strategy right there, right? Just trying to get it past the line and use their speed.
They're keeping like 4 up top right now.
So that's going to be a foul right there. Who were the teams? Winchester, Lexington, were they the teams that always kind of little extra special, or
Winch, Lex, Belmont.
Winch, Lex, Belmont. Yep.
And of course BC High, because as coach's team.
All right, Winchester sends 8 guys top of the box. And there's the entry, trying to get it over on the far side. And good ups by Sam Neal. Look at that. Good pressure from Naylor. But Winchester switches fields. And again, there's the run and gun. 3 Arlington defenders. Nice patience by Koopman. Oh!
Number 6 came flying.
Peter Clorty, and went low on Clorty.
Someone lost a shin guard too.
Looks like Clorty might have lost a shin guard and taken a head to the thigh or something.
I know that gotta hurt.
So it looks like Coach Yazio might be taking a timeout. Talk things over. All right, so Winchester pressing, 28 minutes to go. Excellent camera work by Jonathan Koopman, zooming in on the time for us. Look at that. It's a production here at ACMi, and it's top notch, always top notch. And so before I forget, and I'll say it at the end as well, but ACMi, it is quite. They have. I've enjoyed my time helping out with ACMi the last couple seasons, and it's great to have you back up in the booth, Omkar. Really do a nice job making sure that we can broadcast these games, and you guys can then use them for for post game analysis.
Film's always great.
Film is always great. Excellent, superb camera work. It's not easy either.
No,
it is not easy to be on the camera. Fortunately, it's a cool evening here at Piercefield, but it is also a clear evening. So it's So cameras out.
Winchester fans going a little bit crazy over there.
Yeah, it looks like the Winchester girls team, who I believe tied 1-1 against Arlington, is still representing, making some noise. A little louder, unfortunately, a little louder than
got to step it up
than the Arlington crowd. So hopefully somebody over there is watching YouTube, and there's Rand Markovsky's dad, Ari. He's getting the cheering going for him. Let's go Pandas. Alex Burke into Peter Clorty. 2 Winchester defenders on him immediately, and that should be an Arlington throw again.
Look at that, 4 Winchester players in the span of like 10 yards. They're really like stacking here. They're looking anything they can do to just get the ball and send it out.
And Koopman, Arlington says, we're going to send it up via Koopman. Or no, that was Alex Burke. Alex Burke with a solid throw. A Koopman-esque throw from Alex Burke. Well done, Alex.
He's a sneaky one.
Ref says, no, you got to pull that back at least 12 yards. Alex is like, no, I'm gonna keep going up. Keegan keeps it in. And Winchester wins that battle. Good step by Koopman. And good control by Burke, not just sending it up, takes the extra touch, manages, and there's a turnover right here by Winchester. Can Arlington capitalize? Keegan Maxwell turns along the line, gets it, nice ball into Clorty. But Winchester defense, good step by Burke. See if Arlington crosses the field here, gets it over to Quincy.
I have to say, that was some great composure by the defense.
Absolutely. Because Winchester is coming in hot on every ball that's going back to the Arlington line. So Arlington looks like they're playing 3 back deep, and Rohan sort of scooting up a little bit to give a little offensive support. Winchester crosses. Johnny Pang on the run. That ball keeps going. Look at that. Here's Winchester. They got 4 guys up. Arlington with 6 guys back. Great slide tackle by Alex Burke. Clean all ball.
Calling for it on the far side.
Keegan sees him, but Ronan, the sophomore defender for Winchester, manages to break up that cross. And Quincy picks it up. Looks for his options. Gets it back to, not sure what happened here.
Little botched throw.
Little fake. Little mulligan. Taking a mulligan?
We're getting a redo.
Ref says, no mulligans in this sport. That's only in golf. Not sure exactly what happened there.
Might have slipped out his hand or something. It happens to everybody.
Koopman racing. He's got a Winchester player on him. Does well not to get it out, but sends it. So Winchester scoops it up. Good little turn by the Winchester, again. Number 4.
It's a ball.
Keegan giving chase. That's played back. Ooh. There's a turnover. Here's a great opportunity for Keegan. One touch. Shot. Oof. And it sails wide, but is it deflected off the keeper? The ref says, I don't know. It's going to be a goal kick. Keegan, I looked like it was a deflection off the Winchester keep. So Winchester with a big break there, both on the goal kick and there's a makeup call right here. Makeup call, it seems like makeup call throw-in for Arlington about 25 yards in. But Keegan with a great opportunity, best opportunity of the half for either team at this point. One touch and then the shot deflects off the keeper, almost the same spot where Keegan sent one earlier in the first half. Aiden Connolly with a little tricky throw, and now I bet we'll say, he comes back in. Comes back in for it. Looks like, are they calling for Koopman to come in? No, Connolly's going to take it.
See how far he can bomb this.
Keegan gave short for him. Nice throw by Keegan, by Aiden, gets it in. And it looks like Arlington, saved by Winchester. And that ball goes up. So here we got 3 Arlington backs. And here great hustle by number 13 from Winchester. Ooh. There's a good entry. Dangerous play here for Winchester. Good counter. Aiden Connolly down but back up. Good to see that.
Doesn't seem like he's limping as well, so that's good.
That's a good sign. Definitely his first game back. We don't want to see him get re-injured. Mm-hmm. Good tackle by Burke there to break up the entry.
Some solid defense.
Picked up by Marvin Lee, Clark Lee's brother. Clark, who played some club soccer with many of the guys on this team. And Peter Clardy holding his shin guard in one hand, trying to make a play with the other. Aiden Connolly with a solid...
Hoping it's just a cramp over there. Looks like he's holding his calf.
Holding his calf, not his foot, hopefully. So getting stretched out by Alex Burke there. Alex, the trainer, coming in. So, Omkar, I hear you've also, you may be on the field at some point. Are you spending some time in a physical therapist office at all, or?
Yes, I am.
You are. Where have you been practicing your physical therapy?
So, I haven't yet because of this whole trip, right? But I'll be at Boston PT in Winchester.
All right.
So, not that far. Good place. I actually went there for my ankle.
Oh, fantastic. So they know you well.
Exactly.
They know you well. All right, good to see Aiden. It's good sportsmanship from Winchester there, from Jonas Siegel. I think
Luke Hedlund's in.
Luke Hedlund coming in.
First time this game?
First time this game, and Luke is earlier in the season some great key contributions. Has played very well when 100%. He's stepped in. But no, that's great. And so is that shaped what you're thinking about in the future as well, Omkar? Is that sort of the idea? Take a look, see what it's like?
Yeah, exactly. I have some time. Why not?
Sounds good. And the maybe you can
we'll end up here one day.
End up here one day. I would love to see all you guys back here in Arlington.
Yeah.
30 years from now, Omkar, we'll be in the booth.
Right back here.
And Winchester
looking for a long throw here again.
Still pressing. So 23 minutes to go.
Still 1-0.
Winchester has everyone within 35 yards of the goal. And it's bouncing around, dribbling around. Tough to see. Koopman comes out. No, Luke Hedlund comes out with it and can't quite clear it. Winchester still can't quite clear. There's a funny deflection and great solid play by Koopman. Clears that ball out, and Clardy just sends it down the field. Winchester keeper playing way out of the box, sends it back down.
Back in.
Luke Hedlund clears it out wide to Sam Neal. Sam Neal sends it up, and Peter Clardy.
It's like watching a game of Pong right now.
It absolutely is. Feels like Arlington. Winchester has and Keegan Maxwell gets the turnover. I was just going to say Winchester has Arlington on their heels a little bit, but right now Arlington.
Too much on that ball.
Oh. Just ahead of Keegan Maxwell from Sam Neal there, has sent him to the corner. Can hear Rand Markovsky's dad Ari trying to get the Arlington crowd going. And there's the short goal kick.
So their plan is just short goal kick and then just send it, I guess.
And Nate Dobro in the game as well. So Luke Hedlund, Nate Dobro came in the game. Often at this point we've seen a few more subs for Arlington, but looks like coach is keeping with this line. And Keegan Maxwell giving chase.
We got Nico in here too up top. Is that Nico? No, that's Jacob.
That's Jacob. Well, Jacob, who I have confused with Quincy a few times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
I think Jacob might. Or Quincy.
Yeah, well, they can't hear us right now. So
they can't hear us right now, for sure. All right, so Winchester from around half, just in front of the Arlington half, has a free kick. Again, send everybody up. So everybody from Winchester is at the top of the box. That ball's going over. That's going to be a bit heavy, and Arlington goal kick. 20 to go.
Do you think Winchester would focus on possession a little bit more with 20 minutes remaining?
You would think, especially given how Winchester has historically played. Mm-hmm. But again, and Gideon Lawrence came in just now for Keegan Maxwell. But again, I think their two goals when they were playing at home, their 2 goals came from sort of that run and gun, chip it over the defensive line. So maybe that's been their key this season.
Maybe. I think those goals, though, I think they might have sent those from like around the 50 or 40 yard line. Today they're sending them from like their own 30 or 20, which is kind of surprising. Good win by Quincy there.
Good ups, yes, for sure. Dobro fighting here against number 10.
Boy, Nate.
Number 10, Cena Hendricks. Cena, also a former SFC player with a lot of these guys and some of the guys who graduated with you, Omkar. Mm-hmm. Nice ball by Quincy up to Neal. Neal takes a strike far out and scooped up by the Winch goalie.
You think that was a shot or a pass?
I think it was.
I think that might have been a pass.
I think it was a mishit. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we'll say that.
We'll say it was an attempted strike that did not end well.
Target.
Did not reach its target on Sam's foot. Winchester girls team making the noise. Johnny Peng gets up.
Predicted that well.
Good shield by Johnny Peng, but Winchester earns the throw, and good pressure from Winchester, consistent pressure from Winchester this second half. See if Arlington can turn things around a little bit, get some more opportunities. The one from Keegan being their most solid opportunity so far this second half.
Looks like Arlington's also now back to a 4 in the back structure. It's Johnny moved from the 6th position.
Sam Neal gonna get a could have potentially been a handball, but looks like a throw-in, and Winchester plays it back. And miscue right there. Break for Arlington as Dennis Keneally coming in for Peter Clordy. Dennis Keneally incredibly fast on the wing, so interesting to see how Arlington uses that. And we're going to do it again. Johnny Peng taking the throw, looking into the middle, but goes up the line to Keneally. Or no, to Sam Neal. Sam Neal in a wrestling scrap, it looked like. Solid tackle by Naylor to slow that advance. Good touch. Gets it wide, a little heavy for Gideon, but Gideon off to the races. Rohan. 2 Winchester players on him, and we're going Arlington throw.
Let me tell you, when you see Gideon running, that is intimidating.
You
do not want to see that running at you.
And he is willing to sacrifice his body.
Oh, yeah.
Amazed. I had no idea he had broken his hand against BC Kai. And there's a great ball, but it's a little behind Naylor. Good step by Rohan to break that up, but Winchester picks up in their end, chips it over.
Scooped ball.
Rohan recovers well, gives Quincy some time to get back for support. Quincy with a turn. Ooh. Solid tackle by Winch.
Seen a lot of slide tackles there.
That ball just sails wide. Takes a skid. Shea made my heart skip a little beat there, as with the way he made that look. I think he knew it was going wide.
I think
but
from our angle, it's also a little bit more sketchy.
From our angle up here,
got me.
that looked a little spicier than I'd like it to at this point in the game. So Shea is calling for the team to push up a little bit, just trying to buy some time. Gets it up. Naylor pushed in the back, not getting the call, though. Good little flick by Neal. And look at that support from Keneally. Just a heavy touch, though. But right there, excellent to see. Right, that's the kind of play you want to see in the middle third to get into the attacking third.
100%.
Keneally pushing up in support of Neal.
I think that touch just might have been a little unexpected for him.
Good step by Luke Hedlund. And here we go. Arlington building. Naylor gets it onto his left foot. That's a dangerous play. Sends it wide to Gideon.
There's no one there.
A little miscommunication. Ball still in play, though. Good turn by Winchester, but Rohan is there. Look at that. Great scoop good read by Rohan, who is making an overlap. Nate Dobro with a nice little turn.
Ooh.
Gets it out wide to Keneally. Keneally back into the middle. On left foot. Can he take it on the left? No, just playing. Dobro Dobro looking wide, gets it wide to Rohan. Good ball. Rohan with it on his feet still has it. Nailing off his left foot. Oof. And no deflection. Hits the bottom of the field goal. But over.
I will say, great connections.
Real impressive. That's a nice counter by Arlington. Good, and again, like you were saying, the possession game deep in the end. Not trying to force anything. They got it off to Jacob's left foot, and he took a very very reasonable shot for him to take at that spot.
100%.
Looks like a free kick for Arlington as Naylor went down. Gets it in quick.
Taken.
Dobro fighting, pushed down from behind. Ref trying to make sure things don't get out of hand here with 14 minutes to go. Wisely, Naylor said, hey, slow down, but they play it short to Quincy. Quincy dishes off to Sam Neal. They got something. Sam Neal flicks it into Dennis Keneally. Great hustle by Keneally, and
it's out for a throw-in, I think.
Throw-in or... So it will be a throw-in. Ref is talking to Captain Johnny Pang, it looks like.
Aiden Conley's back in here.
Good to see that. That's encouraging. Dobro on the throw here. Drops it off to Keneally. Gets it back to Dobro. And Gideon on this side. Good physical work by Gideon, making things happen with his body.
He just doesn't stop going.
Good cross by Winchester. Good counter. They got 4 guys, but Arlington has 6 back.
Great defended by Rohan here.
Solid, excellent work by Rohan. And looks like an offsides call.
What was that was for?
So offsides. Okay. So one of the Winch players was offsides, but again, solid D. You call it solid D by Rohan, not letting the Winchester player get around him.
Exactly.
Being patient. And
Sam dancing.
Sam taking a shot blocked by the defender.
Little counter by Winchester here.
Number 17.
Can Nolan keep it in?
Alex Marchesini is in for Arlington as well, up near the top. Looks like he's playing mid, and they've moved Sam Neal to the top.
There's just an Arlington and Winchester throw in here.
I think there's some questions if it's a throw, if it's
even the ref doesn't know. He's like, what's going on?
Ref's calling a timeout themselves. Look at that. Love to see the ball kids on the side staying warmed up, staying loose. Look at the professionals. We heard this is the oh, look at that. Look at that. They're even testing each other, seeing if they can get the ball away from each other. They're like, no, you can't. I am
Ooh, let me sneak.
I am in this. All right. The call goes Arlington's way after some discussion. Apparently, the refs were using Jonathan Koopman's VAR assistance, and they saw the replay, and they said, Arlington ball all the way. And Nolan Koopman chucks it up to midfield. And Nate Dobro controlling. Gets it back, and Nolan sends it across. Dennis Keneally, he might get around the defender. It's dropped off. They've got some space. Arlington with some space. Good touch by Peng, not to rush it. He sees Alex in the middle. Sneaks by Alex, but then Gideon Lawrence gets up.
Out for a throw in here.
That's what you get when you have Gideon Lawrence on the field. You get all out right there.
Came out of nowhere. I didn't even see him.
Look at that. Arlington cops spinning, like cruising by off on Summer Street. They saw that play. They were like, there's no way that could be legal. And there's a rip off and just deflected over the top crossbar by the Winch keeper.
Great shot by Sam Neal.
All right, Jacob Naylor again coming in. You think, again, you know he's got to be thinking it, right?
Yeah,
Second chance, he's got to be thinking it. I think off his
other side.
His left foot, this would be an even more impressive one. Little outside of the foot,
like
inside out.
Beckham type thing.
And he's not. It's
he's
not
that
out of the
far
question. But Sam Neal, couldn't.
The refs are saying that the ball went out.
Ball went out, so Winch goal kick, 10 to go.
I think now is where we're going to start seeing a lot more of that physicality and just bombing it up from Winchester.
Arlington here, important for them to keep their patience. And I know, so in a game like this with that 1-0 lead, lots of sort of pride at stake, right, against one of your town rivals. What's going through these players' head right now, Omkar?
Hopefully they're just treating it like it's a 0-0 game. I mean, you can't. 1-0 isn't that much of a lead, so you can't expect to settle into it.
So settle in, just sort of keep playing your game.
A lot of physicality here.
Good step by Koopman. Back line for Arlington, getting a lot of work this second half.
Oh yeah. Getting up there again.
And here we go, back line. Good step by Koopman. Great play by Koopman to break that entry up. Gets it up to Sam Neal. Off his head, but sends it back. Not the way he wanted that to go. Winch with a throw, number 12 taking a big throw. Lining up for a massive throw, number 12 for Winchester, one of their seniors.
Send an 8 in here again.
And looks like Koopman clears.
It's Gideon, I think.
Oh, Gideon clears. Naylor battling, and there's Gideon. Shielding, stepping in, getting the ball. Good work by Gideon. Good turn, and should draw. No foul off that. And Winchester shot 20 yards out into the corner. I think all the Arlington players are kind of stunned. There was no foul off Gideon. So here we go, 8.5 to go. How do they respond?
That was a hell of a shot, I'll tell you that.
It was a definitely nothing could have been done with that. I think similar to you and I think a lot of the Arlington players were surprised there was no foul called off Gideon, which is sort of the turnover that led to the shot right there. So Winch ties it up with 8.5 to go. See how Arlington responds. Gets it out wide to Keneally from Naylor. Keneally fighting.
Way to keep it in.
And
this is a foul on Dennis?
I think it's a throw-in for Winchester. That ball didn't.
What?
Did that ball not cross? Oh no! So he's calling a.
Yeah, he's saying that's a foul.
Timeout by one of the teams. So interesting turn of events here. Omkar, do we think this is going to be a throw-in or a foul?
I mean, I'd assume it's a foul because there's no way that ball went out.
That ball didn't go out. So
yeah, it's a foul.
So should be a foul, I guess, on Dennis. Although it's on the touch. It's on the ball's on the touch line.
Maybe it is a throw. Or it's a foul. I don't know.
Maybe it's a foul on the ball boys. maybe they called on the ball boys. So interesting turn of events, and I think easy to get frustrated because I think the sort of the turn of events off that turnover that was off the foul on Gideon. But how do you respond at this point?
You just can't blame the refs for that.
You just got it.
A lot of the boys I know are pissed right now, but just got to lock back in.
8 minutes, tons of time.
Yeah,
tons of time.
Exactly.
And
keep doing that possession game. We saw it working earlier with Jacob getting shots, Sam getting shots.
And it's got to feel, I mean, it does. It's very interesting to me in sports how obviously, like right now, a 1-1 tie kind of might feel more like a loss for Arlington, and kind of like Winchester kind of feels like they've got like almost if it ends a 1-1 tie, they kind of like it's kind of a win for them almost. So Winchester, let's see. It's a Winchester throw-in.
What is going on?
So
even our cameraman is frustrated.
The ACMi crew will go back on our own VAR and look at this and be fascinated by this call at some point. I've been wrong before in my life. I don't think I missed this call. Maybe I did, but I don't think I did. Given the way that all the players on the field reacted, I don't think I...
Might have to send this to U.S. Soccer, get these refs investigated.
And there's the run and gun. Yeah, it looks like the coaches put Johnny Pang on number 4.
Man marking.
Matching speed
Dennis
for
fighting
speed.
there. Foul on Winchester there.
So interesting that Rohan calling for the ball across the field. They've got lots of space on the opposite field here. See if Johnny sends it that way.
Parking the bus here.
Winchester.
Look at that.
Sam Neal with a little touch, and Winchester, there's the win. They just run and gun. I think Winchester's strategy here is if it's in Arlington's end and away from ours, that is
If in doubt, kick it out. That's what they're saying right now.
Good touch. There's 4 Winchester players right on that ball right there. So if 4 Winchester players are there, you know there's going to be some space on this field for Arlington if they can find it.
100%.
So hopefully the guys sort of take a look, and I've seen Winchester doing that a fair amount where they've had 3-4 guys on the ball at once. And
Sam Neal's getting triple teamed here.
Sam Neal getting pushed down.
You're not going to foul call for that?
Then there's a... So that should be that's not an Arlington ball. Should be, so it's Winchester.
Is it Winchester free kick? Or is it a throw? What is going on?
I think you and I are at a loss, Omkar. That ball is sent up by Winchester, so maybe I don't know
what the refs are seeing there.
I don't know. It's been a fascinating turn of events these
5 minutes.
Final 8.5 of the game here. And that should be offsides. Good call by the ref. Number 4, the sophomore, said, no way was I offsides, and we definitely could see he was offsides on that one. Appreciate the
enthusiasm.
The enthusiasm. Appreciate the enthusiasm. But good call by the ref on that one. Aiden Connolly sends it out wide to Rohan. All right, so see if Arlington can use some space, find some space. And that's broken up. Turnover, dangerous turnover by Arlington. Shea scoops it up, 5.5 to go.
Deja vu there.
Sounds like...
I don't know which team that is, or if that's the parents. Someone's getting riled up.
Someone's getting very riled up. Sounds like it's coming from the Winch side.
Quincy coming in here for Dennis. Pushing Keegan out wide.
And we are at the 5-minute mark. So 5 minutes to go. We'll see if that changes, if the refs add any, or solid patience by Dober. But his man gets around him. Keeps him out wide. Johnny Pang on him now. Sends it back. Good set by Quincy. That ball goes. That's going to be a goal kick right there. Rohan chasing it down, using his speed, get the ball back in play. So the question is, does Arlington rush, or do they sort of patient? Are they trying to create something? Looks like Arlington is definitely trying to still go for the win here, not settling for the tie, which is great to see. And here's Johnny Pang. He's got some space, gets the ball, settles it. Looking for his options. Who's there to help him? Gets around. That should be a Arlington throw. Good call by the ref right there.
A little bit of outrage from Winchester fans and players, but
this is a classic Arlington Winch battle at the end here.
Oh, yeah.
Controversial calls, heated emotions. Arlington fans sending it, starting the
rumble.
stomp. Here's Nolan with the deep throw. And Winchester gets their foot on it. Dobro trying to block off, and look at that. Rohan steps it, gets it back in over to Naylor. Naylor, left foot, sends it in.
Cross here.
Tries to get it. Quincy gets it onto the foot of Sam Neal. Sam Neal turns, but can't get the shot off. Peter Clordy takes a shot, and he was going for the back of the net. We should get a Arlington corner.
Yep.
Arlington corner deflected by Winch. Maybe a throw-in. We don't know. Refs talking to each other. And no, Arlington corner.
Good on Peter for smacking that as soon as he saw it.
Here goes Naylor. Naylor. Oh, I'd love to see it back in the net right here with about 3 minutes to go. Naylor sends it.
A little long.
Heard some of the, and can Sam Neal save it? No, he cannot. Just under 3 to play. See if Arlington can figure this one out.
Winchester wasting a little bit of time here. Do they want this tie?
I think
feels like they kind of want this tie.
I think at this point, I think Winchester would be happy with the tie. Arlington feels like that would be a little bit of a loss for them.
I think a tie helps Winchester here in the league.
And Sam Neal making the run. Can he keep it in? Not quite. Good battle. Good battle. Another goal kick for Winch.
Goal kick.
And Winchester did come out with a 2-0 win in the first match against these two teams. So in theory, this is a 1-1 tie is the improvement for Arlington. But given the way their seasons have gone since then, seems like this is a Aiden Connolly called for a foul right here. So dangerous play. So again, we got about four minutes into the clock being stopped, I believe, if I can read my no, we should have about a minute and a half to play.
All right, well, anything can happen. Let's see.
Anything can.
See how this goes.
And as these last 10 minutes of this half have proven, anything will happen as well. So the ref moves this back to half from maybe the 40, about 40, 45 yards out. And that ball is deep and high. That is...
I think he might have been going for goal there.
Goal kick. Winchester had a very highly recruited football kicker, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Harvard, I believe.
So one of the top punters or place kickers in the country, I believe. So we should be about a minute to go here. Last opportunities building for each team. Dobro picks it up.
Good turn there.
Sends it wide. Gets it over to Clordy. Clordy off his chest. Gets it to Rohan. Rohan looking deep. Oh, and here we go. Here's an opportunity. Keegan Maxwell has a break. And he's taken down. No call. That is exactly what happened to Arlington. Is it a call? Call? No call. And it's given a corner kick. So that is exactly what happened late in the game last year against you guys, where my son, Cooper, was called, and that was a softer touch, and that was called a penalty.
Yep.
And that was the difference in the game. Or no, the difference in the game was Gaspard's
penalties.
Was Gaspard's
in a span of like 3 minutes.
Gaspard's no penalty. And there's it's on the ground by Naylor, and let's see. And look at Rohan slowing that play down, getting back, preventing it. So we are now 5 minutes into the stoppage. Any second now, the game is over. Ball's in. Can Sam Neal take a volley? And it's picked up by the Winchester keep.
Way to have a shot there by Sam.
Last seconds of the game, Arlington is pressing. And
that'll be the game.
That'll be the game. What a spectacular finish. Very strange finish.
Oh, yeah.
Omkar, your call. Man of the match in this 1-1 draw.
It's got to be Rohan for me.
Rohan. I'm going to give the vote to Rohan as well. I think he not only contributed to the defense, but also was setting up plays on offense. So very, very excited to see Arlington get the draw. A little disappointed, I think, but well-played game, exciting game, and Omkar, we want to thanks to ACMi as well before we sign off.
Of course.
And for you as well. Hey, excited to have you back up in the booth. And everyone's going to be excited to hear how you do on the long trail. We're looking forward to you coming back and sharing the stories of your journey from Canada to Massachusetts.
I'll make sure to be here when I get back there.
All right, man. So signing off for ACMi, I'm Josh Katzman with Omkar Dia. We will see you at the next home game.
Yes, sir.